Yo, welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Adio.
And we are KAMMA. We're back to talk about our final thoughts, predictions, and face-offs for UFC Winnipeg in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada. And of course, the main event is none other than Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott. And here at the final fantasy face-off show, we're going to talk about our the prelims. And the first fight of the prelims is none other than Jamey Siraj versus John Yanis. This was a really cool prelims, man, and I like that. We're in Canada. I'm super hyped. We lost the fight, guys. We lost Alan Nascimento versus Mitch Raposo. Unfortunately, Raposo had an illness, but we're down to 12 fights. Let's make the best of it. Andio, who you got in the first fight?
How do you get an illness like that right when you're supposed to be fighting? That's pretty unlucky, eh?
I don't know if if it's maybe a cop out, man. I think he was scared of Alan Nascimento, man.
Well, that fight actually has been rescheduled. I don't know exactly for when, but shouldn't be in that long. Okay, this one I'm going with the comeback kid, Siraj here. I think he's gonna find the sub on Yanis, man. I think he's well-rounded enough for what he is, and I think his black belt in BJJ is going to prove useful here. I think he's going to get him in a body lock on the ground and grab his back at some point and choke him out. So give me Siraj by sub.
Nice one, man. For this one here, looking at these guys, Jamey Siraj, he's a compact guy. Like, he's very ripped. He's built. He's muscular. Very compact, slim body. I like the fact that he's a little tiny bit slight taller than John Yanis. But John Yanis is also very good. He's very built, also pretty muscular, and he's a bit thicker than Jamey Siraj. So he is a little thicker, a little bigger than him. But I think Jamey Siraj will be slicker. And of course, we talked about it, man, that Jamey Siraj is pretty good as far as his ground game is concerned and stuff like that. So, yeah, I like him to win also. And I'm going to say he wins this one because we looked at John Yanis, his losses. He's got 4 losses. 2 of them have been by submission and 2 by decision. So I'm going to go also with submission or decision in this one for Jamey Siraj, man. So there you go. The first fight of the prelims. Me and Andio were in agreement still. Let's move on up to the next fight, man. These are some great photos, by the way, Andio. Loving the photos here. We got John Castaneda versus Mark Vologden. Man, these guys are huge. Very built guys. Great shape, Castaneda. He's ripped, muscular, built. You can see there. You look at his arm there on Castaneda, man. He's super ripped. His triceps look like really, really good there. And Vologden's a big guy. I didn't realize that the guy would be that thick and big. He's pretty big, this Vologden guy. Pretty muscular, pretty big. But Castaneda is the more ripped guy, the more, I would say the more chiseled and ripped guy out of the 2 of them. But Vologden's a big dude. Obviously, he's shorter. You can see here Castaneda finally being a taller guy than his opponent. I still got to go with Castaneda, man. I think he's just, better overall skills. Fought better fighters, obviously. This guy, Vologden, lost his first fight in the Dana White's Contender Series. I know it was a good fight and everything, but it's still an L. And, John Castaneda, at least this guy has fought some really good fighters in the UFC. I think he bounces back here, gets the win. Give me John Castaneda to win this one by knockout or decision.
Yeah, this fight here actually got switched to catch weight. Yeah, I am going to go with Castaneda also. I just want to see some urgency in his game. I want him to get right down to business. I like how he was posing, standing off here with this taller man's pose here, where he's looking down at Vologden like that. Vologden on some of that Russian juice for sure. I think, as long as he fights with urgency and determination to win this fight, I think he's going to win this fight. You can't give a guy too many points just for being tough. We all know Vologden's tough, But as you said, he did lose that Contender Series fight, and I think Castaneda pulls this one off here by a decision or knockout.
You know what? I'm going to change it to sub or decision for Castaneda just because I realized that Vologdin has been subbed in one of his losses, and then 3 losses were by decision. So I think that's where Castaneda has a good chance of getting a sub. And also, Castaneda's last 3 wins have come by sub or decision. He subbed Miles Johns and then got a decision over Muin Gafarov and Kyung Ho Kang. So yeah, I'll go sub or decision for John Castaneda here. All right, so me and Andy O agreeing with the second fight with Castaneda. Let's move on up to the next fight. The ladies, starting it off here with JJ Aldrich and Jamey-Lyn Hoare. Who you got here, Andy O?
I'm going to look for Jamey-Lyn Hoare to get in her face, as I mentioned in the first show. Clinch up with her. She's good in the clinch. She's strong. Near in the midsection because JJ Aldrich doesn't have she doesn't like body shots. Also, Jamey-Lyn Hoare is she has volume too to her punches. Also, she has a pretty high significant strike ratio. So it's not only Aldrich that's going to be getting the volume, I think. I just think her size, her strength, and the fact that we're in Canada here, I think this is Jamey-Lyn Hoare fight to lose here. So gimme Jamey-Lyn Hoare by knockout or decision.
Yeah, same here, man. I got Jamey-Lyn Hoare by knockout or decision. She's the bigger girl, you could see as we talked about it. Much taller than JJ Aldrich. Physically strong, very built. I was listening to it in the Faceoffs there. Her training is absolutely insane. There, she's dragging heavy pounds of, I forgot what they said, lumber or something like that. Something crazy. Like her training is intense. So she's like really, really strong and powerful. Her punches, her jabs, her kicks are powerful in the clinch. She's got good knees. And she could probably also take down JJ Aldrich and use her jiu-jitsu game as well. So I like Jamey-Lyn Hoare to get the win here. Let's see. I'll go knockout or decision. I know JJ Aldrich, she hasn't really been subbed much. A couple of subs there and 4 decisions. She's been knocked out only once, JJ Aldrich. You know what? Give me Jamey-Lyn Hoare by submission or decision too. I think the submission could come through for her here or win a good decision by beating her up. All right, so we're in agreement with Jamey-Lyn Hoare. Let's move on up to the next fight. Again, with the ladies still here, we got Melissa Croden versus Daria Zheleznyakova. And I love to see that Melissa Croden is the taller girl here. I know that Daria had her shoes off. She was barefoot. And Croden had some shoes on there, but I think she's still taller. She didn't take her shirt off, Croden, but she's very, very good shape, Croden. She's very lean, built, and she's got some muscles too. Zheleznyakova is also, she's in good shape as well, not as cut, I forgot to mention this, but Zheleznyakova, man, her face bruises up and cuts up badly in her fights, man. I don't know if it's because of her Botox or whatever plastic surgery she's got on her face, but she cuts up very easily. I could see this being a bloody fight. Croden hitting her with some good punches to the face and bloodying her up and cutting up her face and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with a knockout or submission for Croden, maybe even a TKO stoppage from the bloody face of Daria.
I'm going to go for... these are big girls, tall, and they have a length here and pretty much the same size as you mentioned. One is wearing shoes and one's not, so I would say they're the same size. But I think the game plan should be here for Croden is to use her. Don't let Daria here get into a striking flow because I think she is the better striker here. So blend it up and. I'm not saying Croden can't strike. Like I think she even has more power than Zheleznyakova. But I think if she just messes with Daria's flow here, gets her shots in, blends in the takedowns, and first and foremost, try to get her down because Zheleznyakova doesn't really have that great takedown defense and doesn't really get up that well herself. It's a clear path, man. She has to use it. Don't mess around. So give me Croden by a decision or knockout.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Cronin can get a finish in this one, man. But yeah, we are in agreement with this one as well. Let's move on up to the next fight. The big guys, the big heavyweights here, Tanner Boser and Gokhan Sarakam, NDO.
Yeah, so Bozer looks to have filled out pretty good to get back to heavyweight here. I am going to be going with Sarakam. All the Canadians can't win. Sarakam has been traveling the globe, like to Thailand, to places where other guys he knew were training, like Gegard Mousasi, I heard. So he was training with him. So he's really been getting ready for this opportunity in the UFC. I don't know about Tanner Bozer. I think he pretty recently he got the call up, and yeah, he said sure. So I don't know if this is the, I don't know if this is just a one-off for Bozer. I think it may be if he loses, but I think he will. So I'm gonna pick Sarah Cam here just with the power. I think it's possible that he gets Bozer down. If he does, it's gonna be some nasty ground and pound waiting for Bozer. So in the end, I'm gonna say Sarakam by knockout or decision.
Yeah, big guy, two big, huge guys. Boser actually, I thought he was going to be a little fatter, but yeah, he came out in pretty decent shape, man. He's a big dude. He's not blubbery like I thought he was going to be, but he actually came out in pretty decent shape. These guys are about the same shape, to be honest, man. They're both big guys, both not fat, just meaty and thick. Gokhan, very big guy too. Looks a little bit bigger though than Tanner Boser, Gokhan. And I like his confidence. He came in there in the face-offs, got in his face of Boser, and was like looking at him and like really intensely getting into his face. So I think Gokhan's hype here. I think he's ready to go. Give me Gokhan Sarakam by knockout or decision as well here. All right, man. So we're still in agreement with that fight. Let's get to the next fight. All right, we got Julien Leblanc against Robert Valentin. This was a good one, man. Look at the intensity in Robert Valentin's face. He is super, super serious. I think he's hungry for the first win in the UFC as he's never won yet.
He's also super shredded, like more than his previous fights.
Yeah, he looks in great shape. He looks super ripped and built. Julien Leblanc also, coming in decent shape as well. Not as muscular built as Robert Valentin. You can see he's a little shorter also than Robert Valentin. And I think Julien Leblanc's calm demeanor is going to not serve him well in this fight. I think he's going to be too calm and relaxed in there. And Valentin, I think he's going to go off on him, man. I think he's just going to come out here, attack, and destroy. And give me Robert Valentin by knockout or submission.
Am I the only one that's super confident in 10-6 Robert Valentin here? I think he's going to take over this fight also as soon as he gets some confidence in there. Because let's not forget, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. His job is pretty much on the line here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he's going to end up walking this guy down, hitting this guy with a lot of strikes once he realizes that he could get that going. Knowing him, he's probably gonna imply some grappling, and he should have even more success than he had against guys like Monsieur Abdul Malik. I just don't like what I've been seeing in Julien Leblanc. He doesn't really look polished and doesn't look like a real fighter in there. I think Valentin's more of a fighter. I always thought Valentin was good, man. He just had a rough go at it. I'm glad he's getting this final chance. And I think he's going to finish this guy. So give me Valentin by knockout or sub.
Nice, same here, man. Nice. All right, let's move on up to the main event of the prelims. Guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new, if you're enjoying. We got the main event of the prelims here. It's Dennis Bazooka versus Marcio Barbosa. Andy-O.
Barbosa looking very focused and doesn't look like he likes Bazooka all that much here. I think Bazooka was taken a little aback for how intense Barbosa was. So I really think Barbosa is gonna start this fight on fire. I think he's gonna try and put this guy away in the first round. I think there's a good chance he knocks him out in the first round. I'm just gonna say at some point though, give me Barbosa by knockout.
Yes, man. I'm also thinking he's going to finish this guy in the first round as well. Yeah, Barbosa is in phenomenal shape. This guy is a physical specimen. The guy is absolutely shredded, ripped, built, muscular. He looks amazing. Dennis Bazooka, not bad as well, a bit lean, but he's definitely not as in good shape as Barbosa. And I was afraid that Bazooka was going to be way taller than Barbosa. When we looked on
No, yeah, I was just about to use your line there. Over on Topology, they had him at 5'6", right?
yeah, they had Barbosa at 6 and Bazooka at 5'9". This does not look like a 3-inch height advantage here at all. It looks like maybe a 1-inch, 2-inch at most. So
one inch.
Yeah, 1 inch. I really think that this is really good news for Barbosa here. He's going to come out here and destroy Bazooka. Give me Barbosa to win by knockout or submission in round 1. I'm going to say that as well. All right, so there you have it, folks. Our final predictions, thoughts, and face-offs for the prelims. Stay tuned for the main card coming up next. Peace out. KAMMA, let's get it.